guys? Hey, welcome back to another Tea Time with Lee. Welcome to another Tea Time with Lee podcast, you guys. This podcast episode is going to be everything your average relative wouldn't want to be talking about. Yes, I said it. I'm going to be talking about the juice, the details that your average family member wouldn't be wanting to talk about. We're going to talk about when is it appropriate and when it needs to stop being done. So you're probably wondering already, what are you talking about, Ashley? Well, I'm talking about like the side comments, the soliciting, the comments that come off like opinionated, sometimes better left unsaid. Okay, so let me give you reference, right? My daughter is a teenager. She's 14 years old, and some would call her growing up too fast, but she wears makeup. When it comes to makeup, I am talking about foundation, concealer, some lip gloss, light mascara, and she likes to put bronzer on, do her hair, and dress up. She is that girl. And I have cousins and uncles, or second cousins I should say, and my uncle, who are very opinionated, but they want to use the excuse of being protective and mean and coming off with good interest, which I get it to an extent, and that's when I say sometimes things are better left unsaid, right? When it comes to especially commenting on other people's kids, their appearance, how they dress, how you as a parent are raising them, and when it becomes questionable, right? Backstory, we're at a family gathering, I'm hosting. Oh, actually, we're at my man's birthday party, that I'm hosting, and my daughter comes out, she's dressed up, she has makeup on, and my uncle makes a comment, and he's like, you look, I want to say I wasn't even there, but along the terms of I guess he complimented, but then came off with oh, you shouldn't wear that much makeup, you're pretty without it, blah, blah, blah. But mind you, this is always talked about, this is always said, if it's not addressing what she's wearing, when she's wearing baggy clothes, tight clothes, chola clothes, too revealing clothes, it's you're never satisfying the person around you, and we shouldn't have to worry about who's coming over to who we're going to satisfy, if they're going to like what we have on or not, right? And so with that being said, I'm walking out into this situation where Kayla's not liking the topic of her not wearing, or of her wearing too much makeup. I have a relative behind making side comments, and then when I come out and I see my daughter upset about it, my response is hey, what's going on? Can we just leave all the comments to ourselves, or refrain from talking about other people's kids? It's not even the time and place, or pull Muya aside. Clearly Kayla doesn't like it. And even if she didn't react poorly, and her reaction was more so she just is annoyed of it. So we could prevent her from being annoyed in the simple fact that she already didn't want to come out. Why are we putting everything with a label and a category? Why can't we just accept that she's becoming a woman, a young teen, self-expression? And I just feel I've never been one to criticize or comment or give remarks to other people's kids. Why is it being done to my kid? What makes people so comfortable just to feel opinionated? Who, what, where, and when did it become normalized to just be oh, and by the way, I don't like this about what you're doing, and by the way, this, it's better we just leave things unsaid. I feel. Let me know if I'm wrong. So the excuse was, or the reason behind it was because he wanted to look out for her best interest, that other men would look bad upon it, that it would look, it's sexualizing it, another category. And then while I'm defending, I feel I have to defend the situation, he's getting upset and offended that I'm commenting on the fact that he's commenting, and then he's upset, and then he's leaving, and then my cousin in the back is talking crap to me, calling me mean names, and saying that it's their right to comment, and it just became a hostile environment, right? To sum up the situation, we just canceled the rest of the night. People left upset and feelings were hurt, but I just wanted to make it a topic of today's conversation because I really wanted to see if I'm the only one who feels this way, or if you guys agree with me. Leave it in the comments because it has been on the top of my mind. I've taken notes about this, but I stopped what I was doing just to come on here and just take it organically from what's on the top of my mind and ask you guys today genuinely what you guys feel about this situation. I have yet to talk to my uncle since then, and there's no hard feelings by all means. I'm not even bothered, I'm not offended, I'm not even upset. I never was. It just became so heated. That was the topic of conversation that day. It got heated and people got bothered. Unfortunately, I couldn't voice my own opinion, but others could. They didn't like me defending the fact that Kayla was bothered that her makeup and the amount she was wearing was bothersome to other people. So I just feel like there's boundaries that need to be kept and people to amount to those boundaries, and that not everybody has the right to comment on how you parent your kid and what you decide to allow them to do. I guess there's a time and place. I could understand if she was in harm's way, and that was the reason behind it, and they were trying to defend the fact that it was going to be a reason why some man approached her, sexualized the way she looks, right? And that's what I don't like. I don't like things being categorized. I don't want us to put labels on people, let alone a teenage girl with self-expression. So let me know if I'm wrong, please. I'm really curious, and I'm not offended by his comment either. Put it out there if you are watching this, because we haven't spoke since then. And he left upset and felt like he was walking on eggshells now because I was bothered by the approach of it and how things got carried away. So I'm just wanting to make this a podcast episode and share it with my viewers because it's something that's been on my heart. I've been praying about it. I've talked about it multiple times, and I thought I'd bring it onto my podcast because it's something that I feel it's worth talking about. Other people can relate. Leave it at that. I want to leave it with the simple fact that, not everything has to be discussed. There's a time and place, or parents should discuss it amongst parents. And even though he felt comfortable at the moment to discuss that with my daughter, she wasn't comfortable being able to express the fact to him that, like, whatever it is, like, my mom accepts it, this is what I am into. I don't wear makeup every day. And it's funny because, again, like, she wore it for the occasion, and then during the week it's like she's in bed being a teenager, out and about at church with us, and like are running errands, and she's not wearing makeup. And I'm just like, dude, you caught her one day out of 7 wearing makeup, and you're gonna criticize the fact that it's too much or have the idea that it's for attention in a negative way. And I just didn't like that, I guess. So overall, it's all good. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if I'm wrong, if there could have been a different approach on my behalf and how he could have approached it. But other than that, you guys, let's leave it for the viewers. This one's for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Tea Time with Lee podcast episode. Appreciate you guys so much. And if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe, because on top of posting these episodes that are relatable, I also post day in the life content, faith-based, entrepreneur mindset, and a hustle mentality. So stay tuned, you guys, because I'm always posting. I'm consistent, and I want to share my journey with you guys and be able to relate and express myself. So if that's something you're into, you guys, you know where the button's at. Peace out.